Hi, my name is Tomer. I'm a yoga teacher, a trained psychotherapist with a focus on body-oriented and transpersonal psychotherapy. I have a BA in psychology and a background in social work, and I will guide you in this little practice of today to help you deal with and relieve anxiety. I've been studying yoga for more than 20 years and teaching for about 15. I've received my training in India and Thailand, and I've spent a few years living in ashrams and monasteries learning this art. I'm the developer of the MHRM protocol, which is a self-applied method for headache and migraine relief, and I am a qualified teacher of traditional Shakti Tantra in the line of the Dasha Mahavidyas. Today, besides offering therapy and counseling, I run teacher training courses in the school that I have co-founded, Samasti Yoga in Bali. In our webinar of today, I'm going to touch the subject of anxiety, how to tell if you are suffering from the effects of anxiety or anxiety-related disorders, and how to help yourself with the power of yoga overcome and achieve relief from this anxiety. So, what is anxiety? Anxiety is a condition in our being when our nervous system is stuck in a fight or flight mode, both on the body level, where there are body mechanisms, a kind of stress and alertness that is maladaptive to the situation, as well as in our internal world of emotions and thoughts. We may experience obsessive or catastrophic thinking where we only see the negative outcomes of any situation. Living with anxiety can make even everyday tasks challenging. It may make you alter your daily routines to avoid having this feeling. You may become less productive, less fulfilled, less able to enjoy life. Anxiety can affect your job, it can affect your finances, it can affect your relationships, and much more. Sometimes it's hard to tell if we are experiencing anxiety or something else. How can you tell if you are suffering from the effects of anxiety in your life? Well, first of all, you may have this feeling of restlessness or being on edge all the time. You may notice that you can't let go of your worries, that you recycle thoughts again and again, living out negative scenarios in your head. This may even affect you to the point that you may experience difficulty sleeping, either falling asleep or maintaining your sleep. This may cause you to feel tired during the day. I would say that this combination of tiredness and restlessness at the same time is one of the telltale signs of having anxiety. Now, you may notice that you are carrying tension in your muscles and that you have an elevated heart rate, regardless of the external situation. You may feel sick to the stomach or be irritable and easy to anger, with basically every minor concern appearing to be disproportionately big and affecting you to the worse. You may have difficulty concentrating. You may experience a sick feeling to the bottom of your stomach, a kind of nagging nausea at the pit of your stomach, or something at the pit of the throat, like you're unable to express something. You may feel like you're unable to relax even when you try. And most of all, you may be carrying with you a constant sense of dread that is somewhere like in the back of your head. Listening to my description just now, you may find yourself feeling, oh my God, I know this. I feel this way too often. If you're having this feeling of dread, of feeling that something's not right in every given moment, if you if you simply agree with any of the statements that I just made, this means that you too are probably suffering the effects of anxiety to some extent. And actually knowing this is a good thing. If you weren't aware of your anxiety, you may be feeling a little bit down in this moment, feeling like, oh my God, now I have this label that has just been put on me, I have anxiety. But actually, this should be a happy moment, because having been able to label what it is that you're experiencing doesn't actually change what you're experiencing or what you've been experiencing until now. Definitely not for the worst. What it does is it helps us to understand what it is that we're dealing with. And when we understand what it is we are dealing with, we can deal with it directly and we can deal with it more efficiently. And this is the main purpose of this webinar. I want to teach you a method that will help you cope with the anxiety that you're already feeling, to help you achieve some relief to this anxiety. And no matter what the labels are, because the labels don't mean anything except giving us the awareness of what it is that we need to deal with. So I'm going to give you these tools, and this is what we're going to do right now. Anxiety has its roots in our thinking patterns, which comes from our experiences way back in our childhood. And so we can look at how to resolve anxiety on this mental, emotional level. But anxiety also affects how our nervous system is activated. And understanding this, we can employ some body hacks from the realm of yoga to achieve a near instant relief of some of these experiences. When we're suffering from anxiety, our sympathetic nervous system, that is our fight or flight mechanism, comes into play. It activates a part in the brain which is called the amygdala, which is responsible for feeling emotions, and especially negative emotions, and which causes this feeling of dread which is accompanying us and which maybe is hard to pinpoint where it's coming from. Now, the sympathetic nervous system is connected to the digestive system, and this connection is what creates this uneasy feeling in the pit of our stomach. And the combination of these experiences, this sensation of something in the pit of the stomach and this activation of the sympathetic nervous system, they trigger the cortex, that's the thinking part of the brain, to produce this excessive worrying that comes with anxiety. So what is it that we're going to do? How are we going to resolve this? What we're going to do is we're going to employ a pranayama technique, that is a breathing technique, that is going to deactivate the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, and is going to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which is in charge of relaxation and the feeling of comfort. Essentially, if we manage to do this, we will instantly undo the physiological and emotional aspects of the anxiety. And if we maintain our mind in a meditative way, which we will do in this technique, we will also be cutting the negative effect of the thinking patterns. In this way, we will address anxiety on multiple levels at once. So, what mechanism are we going to use to activate the parasympathetic nervous system? The yogis have discovered that breathing in certain ways, and especially in certain rhythms, in certain ratios between inhalation, holding the breath, and exhalation, can manipulate how the nervous system is activated. The main tricks employed are to have the exhalation longer than the inhalation, and to wait some time, but not too much time, both at the end of inhalation and at the end of exhalation. So today we're going to use a breath that has a very specific rhythm to it. This rhythm is 4-4-6-2, which means that we will inhale to a count of 4, hold the air in to a count of 4, exhale to a count of 6, and hold the air at the end of exhalation without inhaling to a count of 2. This ratio is very specific. Notice that the exhalation is longer than the inhalation, and that we hold the air in for longer than we hold the air out. Another element that we're going to incorporate is that we're going to try to breathe as much as we can into the abdomen. And when our abdomen feels like it's full, only then are we going to let the air go into our chest. Now, of course, the air doesn't actually go into the abdomen. It only goes into the lungs, but what you're going to feel is as if the abdomen is getting filled with air, and this filling of the abdomen also helps us to undo the anxiety by activating the vagus nerve and triggering the parasympathetic response. The final part of this exercise is that while we are performing this breath, we bring our attention to the breath. If our mind wanders and starts to think about various things, whether they be pleasant or unpleasant, we let go of them and we bring our attention back to the breath. And we're going to do this technique both in a sitting, in a chair, and you can sit in any comfortable position. It can be in a chair or in any of the meditative postures that you know, sitting cross-legged on your knees, whatever is comfortable for you. And we're also going to do a walking variation of this. So I invite you now to join me during this exercise. So sit in a comfortable position with your spine upright. Make sure you're comfortable. I'm going to do the breathing with you and narrate the speed of the breath. And from time to time, I'm going to give a couple of tips. Now, before we start, I want you to kind of ask yourself, from 1 to 10, what is your level of anxiety in this moment? Just notice that we are able to see how much anxiety we have in this moment. And then we're going to look at it again at the end, and we're going to see how much calmer we're going to be at the end of the practice. You can do this technique for several minutes. You can do it up to 20 minutes, half an hour, and the effects are only going to get stronger and stronger. But you're going to see effects even starting from doing this for only 8 minutes. So remember, we inhale and exhale through the nose, gently, breathing into the abdomen, and we keep to this rhythm. Inhaling for 4, holding with air in the lungs for 4, exhaling to a count of 6, and holding with no air in the lungs to a count of 2. So it's going to go like this. You're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, and then immediately into an inhale, 2, 3, 4, and so on. To keep time, you can either count your heartbeats, you can count seconds off of a clock, or you can put a metronome. I'm going to start us off by counting myself in order to get us into the rhythm, and then I'm going to put on a metronome. And I like to put the metronome a bit slower than 60 beats per minute, which means 1 beat per second. I like to make it a bit slower, like 45 or 50 beats per second. And what you can actually do is you can slow down your counting as you move along in order to achieve deeper and deeper effects from this practice, but you can only change once you've completed a cycle. So you do inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2. And only now you can change the speed of your count. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2. Another way is changing the numbers, so in multiplications of 4, so you go from 4, 6, 2, you can go to, so it'll be 3, and then 3, 9, and 6, 6, 9, 3. Did I have it right? Yeah, 6, 9, 3. And you can do like that, or you can just slow down the metronome, which is what I really like to do. So let's start. Start by sitting in a comfortable sitting position. It can be in a chair, or it can be on the ground in some kind of meditation posture. Okay, and then exhale through the mouth, and we do all of the breathing through the nose. So let's start. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2. Inhale, hold, exhale. Hold, inhale, hold, exhale. Hold, inhale, You can do this exercise for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and even half an hour if you want. But we're going to conclude for now with this last performance. Okay. Note now how you feel. Notice your level of anxiety and how it changed. And now I want to show you a new form of this breath, which takes the form of a walking meditation, which I find even more effective in relieving anxiety and diminishing the level of anxiety. So let's do the same thing, just walking in the following manner. Or we do it as a walking meditation where we time our breaths together with the steps that we take. So I like to do this barefoot, but you can do this also wearing shoes, no problem. You can hold your hands in any way. You can have them in front of your body, or I like to kind of hold one hand behind the back. And then we just time. So I do inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. And I continue in this way. I can do a walking meditation like I did now, making little circles in my backyard, or I can just go out to nature. I can walk down the street and do this. I can walk in a straight line for 2 miles doing this. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, 2. 1 step for each count. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose, very calmly, very shallowly even, just very calmly walking. And as I'm walking, I look around. I listen to the sounds which are around me. I look at the colors, at the sky. I'm trying to see where my attention goes. So I'm combining here both the breathing, the walking, and this kind of attention to the external world. And this has a really amazing and strong effect of calming us down. And it's a very harmonious exercise. It brings together a lot of things and helps us to balance a lot of parts of our nervous system in one exercise, which is why I really like this exercise. Okay, notice how you are feeling right now. Notice the sensations in your body. What emotions are you experiencing? What are you thinking about? Notice and ask yourself, from 1 to 10, how much anxiety do I feel right now? Do you see a change? This is the power of yoga, the power to use the body in order to change our emotional and mental state. This is the age-old and yet modernly developed knowledge that yoga has in store for us. Okay, so if you've enjoyed anything or everything of what I shared with you up to now, and if you want to learn more of this kind of knowledge, how to use the body to overcome anxiety, depression, jealousy, anger, if you want to learn how to apply this in your life and maybe even help others use these tools for their benefit, then I have a really great treat for you. You can learn even more by coming to Bali and joining our next yoga teacher training courses. You can see the upcoming dates over here. And the spaces in our courses are actually quite limited. We limit the course to 22 people And this is in order to make sure that each one of you gets enough one-on-one attention, but also that you get to work with enough people to get the knowledge you need about different people and how yoga affects them. So our spots are limited, and usually they fill up fast. And if you join now, you can see we have some really special bonuses for you valued at over $1,000 US. You can click the link below to find out exactly what they are. And then you will be able to enroll if you are sure you want to join. Or you can contact me and I'll be happy to have a quick discovery call with you just to make sure that we're suited for each other and that we can give you what you need for your next step of evolution in the world of yoga. So don't forget, click the link now and I hope to speak with you soon.